And it's confirmed now that Prime Minister Modi will be visiting the Bikaner Airbase tomorrow. Now, remember, this is one of the air bases that Pakistan attempted to hit. And so after the Prime Minister had earlier, in fact, visited other such locations, you now have Prime Minister Modi all set to visit the Bikaner Air Base tomorrow 9:30 in the morning. He will be there in Rajasthan. A clear message that's being sent across essentially to Pakistan post Operation Sindoor and to our forces, with the Prime Minister essentially wanting to personally meet them and say job well done. This visit of Prime Minister Modi is also considered to be a message after the Jaish headquarters was destroyed in Bahawalpur. That's just 40 kilometers from the border from Bikaner. And that speaks volumes really of why Prime Minister Modi is choosing to be at the Bikaner Airbase. I'll bring in Gaurav and Sandeep on this. Gaurav, explain to us the significance of the Prime Minister visiting the Bikaner Airbase.
So the Prime Minister will give a big shabash to our air warriors. It's a big shabash. He'll pat, our air warriors, our soldiers on their back for a job that's been well done. The fact that Bahawalpur is also the headquarters of Pakistan Army's 31 Corps, and they know if one of the biggest bases of Jaish-e-Mohammed can be targeted with pinpoint precision. The same missile can go maybe another 6 or 8 kilometers and more and take out the 31 Corps headquarters should Pakistan seek to escalate. But that's not all. What's also very significant are Pakistani bases from Rahim Yar Khan, to Bulari in Sindh, also the Maler cantonment radar and certain other locations. They were so successfully taken down with pinpoint precision. Jacobabad Air Force Base, which at one point of time was a NATO operations base, has some of the best fighters of Pakistan Air Force, including the F-16s, the Mirage 3.5s, and also 3s and 5s, and also the JF-17 Thunders and some J-10Cs. The big message being India can target Pakistan anywhere. 13 bases and radar stations that were targeted was just a trailer. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has also said, ye to trailer dikhaya hai, picture abhi baki, or words to that effect. If I may, the Prime Minister, when he visits all these bases, it's one, to tell them job well done, two, remain alert, because there's still work to be done perhaps. That's what sources say. There's a lot of work that still remains to be done should Pakistan misbehave.
And that's repeatedly been conveyed by the government, by our forces, that Operation Sindoor is ongoing. Thanks very much, Gaurav. I'd also bring in Sandeep for a word on this. Sandeep, messaging, of course, important here. The Prime Minister, after the Adampur Air Base, choosing to visit the Bikaner Air Base. Not just about sending across a message to our forces, but also, importantly, a message to Pakistan, because this reportedly was one of the air bases that Pakistan spoke of damage, spoke of, how they hit it, Sandeep.
Absolutely, Akshita. In fact, Bikaner is just 200 kilometers away from Bahawalpur, which is the headquarters of the Jaish-e-Mohammed which India struck. And of course, Pakistan claimed that they had damaged the base, but the Prime Minister's visit is going to make that clear the air on that. The fact is that he is going to be there exactly like he did a couple of days back in the field with the soldiers and military hardware to show that all's well with our equipment. None of our bases could be hit the way we struck at Pakistan's bases. And of course, as Gaurav was saying, Akshita, the fact is the Prime Minister would commend the valor of the air warriors and of course the Indian Army for having struck so effectively at Pakistan. But also, more importantly, Akshita, is to keep the focus on Operation Sindoor. The fact is that there has been no ceasefire as yet. It's only a pause in hostilities, and the operation still remains underway. It's only a matter of time before India accelerates the tempo. If there is a provocation from Pakistan, of course, the Prime Minister visiting to convey the fact that ops are still on, stay alert, stay prepared. We never know what the enemy could be up to. So big messaging there. And of course, the larger message, as India's been trying to convey over the last couple of days through our visits of our politicians abroad, delegations going abroad, is that Pakistan is a global headquarters of terrorism. And the fact is that terror emanating from Pakistan affects not just India, it affects the rest of the world as well. So big signaling coming from the Prime Minister's visit to the Bikaner Airbase tomorrow.
A reminder of that message that Operation Sindoor is an ongoing one from the Prime Minister. With that visit, 9:30 tomorrow morning, Prime Minister Modi will be at the Bikaner Airbase, and we'll be getting you all of the live updates on that visit. Thanks very much, Gaurav. Thanks, Sandeep, for joining us here on Super 6.